Today I'm joined by Sarah Hoyde. Sarah has been an integral part of our church family for some years now. You might see her in the Life Cafe, or you might have seen her anywhere else, frankly. Sarah, would you like to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm married to Alistair. We've been married for nearly 25 years. We have two gorgeous grown-up daughters, Rebecca and Hannah. I was a primary school teacher for many years.
Which key stage do you teach?
I taught Key Stage 2 mainly.
I like that age.
Yeah, I like that age.
They're really quite responsible, those ones. I found
a little bit more independent.
Yeah, I found 11-year-olds who seem to be much more sort of mature than 16-year-olds in my experience.
Yeah, my favourite role was when I specialised in teaching maths to children who struggled with maths.
Oh, fantastic. And tell us a little bit, how did you meet Jesus?
So my family are not Christians.
Mm-hmm.
My mum occasionally used to take me to church, maybe Christmas and Easter. I have vague memories of belonging to a church youth group for a short while when I was kind of 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in my mid-teens, a good friend of mine and her family all started going to church, and it changed them, changed many things about them. And around the same time, I was also friends with a vicar's daughter and spent some time with their family. And between those two things, I started asking lots of questions about who Jesus was and what God thought about certain things that I had questions about. And somebody in amongst all those people gave me a copy of Mark's Gospel to read. And I can still remember now getting to the verses about Jesus being flogged, and the crown of thorns, and then crucified, and just knowing at that point that Jesus was real and that he went through that for me. So I asked Jesus into my life, not really having any idea what that meant or what that might look like.
Does anybody?
Well, true, yeah.
How would you say it affects your life now?
I think the biggest thing is being part of a family of believers. I think, having a heavenly Father and having spiritual brothers and sisters in the church and all over the world. It changes your perspective on things when you know Jesus. I find I often have to take a step back from things, particularly in this time of so much social media, just to take a step back and look at things through different eyes and remember that when we follow Jesus, we're not supposed to look like everyone else. We are supposed to be different and live differently. Yeah. And it's changed decisions that I've made and things that I've done. It's hard to know what you would have done if you weren't a Christian, so you can't kind of compare. But, I think, maybe there's been different things that I've done that I wouldn't have done.
So you're also involved with fostering, aren't you?
Yeah.
How did you get involved with that?
When we had our own girls, I always had a sense, not really a picture, just a sense that we would somehow parent more than just our own children. We kind of put it on one side for a while. And then a few years ago, we decided to explore that more deeply. Part of that process, we had to move house and take a real kind of leap of faith to so that we had space to potentially foster, and praying it all through and just really feeling that there was something that God had put on our hearts to do that. So we went through the approval process, which is quite rigorous. Yes. And we've been foster carers for almost 4 years now.
How do you feel about it?
I love it. It's probably the toughest thing that I've ever done. And some days you might see me and think, Sarah really doesn't look like she's enjoying this at all. It's hard, but I do know that we make a difference to children's lives. And I can remember when we got our first we'd done a couple of respite placements and short ones, and then 2 girls came to us. And I can remember that first week when they were with us and we were just dealing with all kinds of trauma and practical issues and things. And I can remember just being out getting some shopping and just feeling so overwhelmed with a sense of peace that this is what I'm meant to be doing. And that's happened a few times since then with different children.
Listen, Sarah, thank you so much for just taking the time to tell us a little bit about us. We often only get to see you in in very specific contexts, like insane bike rides or things like that. So it's lovely to kind of get a little bit of a glimpse into the home life, as you like. So thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you, Giles.
Awesome. We'll cut there. That wasn't too bad, was it?